Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I am Sen, your executive producer here. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over at our Patreon, patreon.com/fsfilms, those being Samantha Bates, Jerry Alexander, Cat Waterflame, and Elle, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of what we do now. So thank you all very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran Terra, Shadowfront, the final days. I'm Sen, your executive producer. I'm that too, but also your game master for the evening. And I'm joined this week by Nikki.
Hi everyone, it's me, Nikki. I'll be playing Scudge, a goblin rogue. I have nothing funny to say tonight. Yet.
And
Wow. Wow, Jeremy. Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Archdruid Titania Valkorian of the Circle of Grim Harvest.
I really want to get a plug-in that lets me put the text chat. I would get a plugin that lets me put the text chat like below me so that we can see those things, but we don't have a chatty enough like Twitch chat for that to be anything more than depressing.
I mean, if you do that, I will talk shit a lot more.
I mean, I can
in the Twitch chat. I will
just
talk
want to hear
shit so much more.
I want to hear my puns in that robot
challenge
voice.
Everyone.
I'll figure that out in a minute. All
right.
I'm also being joined by Craig.
Hi, I'm playing Grumman Bellmender, the Dwarven Way of the Drunken Master Monk, and very slightly Cleric of Marduk.
Any cleric.
Very slightly Craig. And Holly.
I'm Holly. I'm playing not Dakota. My mind just blanked. Sorry.
Sorry, that's probably my bad.
I went to last night. Okay, sorry. I am playing Vespia. She is a tiefling channeler.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm seeing if I can go 2 for 2 this week. I am playing Sin, Changeling Warlock / Rogue.
My character arc is less directly invested in your character in this game, so
that is 100% fair. I feel like it will be much less impactful here.
And Dakota.
Hi, I'm Dakota. I'm playing Ithram Volar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
All right. We are not joined this week by Jack or Ilana, but we wish them well. And as always, Black Rights Matter. Black Lives Matter. Oh, Black Rights Matter. Black Lives Matter, as well as Black Rights, and also trans rights and human rights. What was that, Craig?
I said not incorrect. You backed into victory, as my dad always used to say.
Also, once again, good job, Nebraska or Kansas.
Whichever one of them.
Fuck Nebraska. Good job, Kansas. Got it.
that square corn state.
Nebraska, get on your shit.
Yeah,
Kansas, good job.
Not Arkansas, the better Kansas. It's not. It's not.
Honestly, you could have gone with the full spoonerism, and it would have worked just fine. The Black Rights Matter, trans lives are human lives.
I mean,
yes.
that's true. That's true. Trans lives are human lives.
Hug a trans person, and also send them $20.
I'll take $20.
Yes, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, in hand. Anyways, when last we left off, shit was going down.
There's a bunch of Kool-Aid mans, and we're punching them back.
Previously on Gran Terra End Times. It's fucked, y'all.
That's been the subline for this show for the past 20
just-
episodes.
I just pictured that in the full, like, previously on Gran Terra Shadowfront. Shit's fucked.
In a world veering dangerously.
Good, because that's what I was aiming for.
Things are silly. Watch out. And also, underwater. Back to you, John.
Massive,
Fucking amazing.
massive
Beautiful.
disaster down below with us, and then just up top, just look bloop, on the water.
Yeah.
And they were never seen again.
Months later, the crew of the continual reconstruction. Hey, whatever happened to those people that we let go down under the water? You mean my dad and his friends? Yeah, them.
Not the
We don't
first
talk
time.
about that.
Wait, who's dad?
God, the captain of the continual reconstruction is
Grumman's
Grumman's daughter.
daughter.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay. I for some reason I remember that. I remember that now. Yes, thank you.
Scuzz is
You,
adopted
you
sister.
remember, you're part of the family now. It's probably not the first time Drummond's been like, Lavinda, meet your new brother.
Well, speaking of Lavinda's new brother, you're being sworn by some Fellforged.
Hit me.
Baby, one more time.
Hit me, baby, one more time. My loneliness.
No, keep going. I am in for this.
It's killing me.
I've heard a
and
lot of good
I-
things. I've had a lot of good things about Britney Spears' acapella performances. I don't think they're living up to the hype.
I can't wait for Scuzz to multi-class into Bard.
They call me Butterspears.
Does an 18 hit you, Scuzz?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
I feel like that's retaliation, and I will not
18 and
stand
18.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
Two 18s. So you're going to take 10 bludgeoning and 5 necrotic. I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
10 bludgeoning and 5 necrotic. Evasion?
This is
attack.
an attack, not a dodge.
Uncanny dodge?
Uncanny dodge, what you thinking of?
Uncanny dodge. Thank you.
you
Yes,
go.
that one.
All right.
Aren't you resistant to necrotic damage as well?
No, they took that away when they changed the subclass.
Is it psychic now or something?
No, I have no resistance to
No
any
resistances.
damage type,
So
but I
50
do have
so-
advantage on con saves. So, one sec. 15, 7?
So 15.
7.
Yeah, but you said, well, it would be 7 total. And then a DC 14 con save.
I have advantage. Go. Hey.
All right. And then 15 bludgeoning, 2 necrotic damage, and another con save.
I only can do that once. Damn it. 15 and 2, so 17.
Yep.
And
I should point out, those attacks don't have advantage against Scuzz.
Yeah.
Why do they not?
Scuzz has elusive.
oh, that's right. Yeah, they don't have advantage on me because
Oh.
I
Nice.
can't.
The first roll
Yeah.
on both of them were 18s, though. So
Yeah.
No attack roll has advantage against Scuzz as long as they are not incapacitated.
Thank you for reminding me.
good to know.
22.
22. Yeah, no, fair. Either way,
Scuzz cannot be flanked.
so
I cannot be flanked.
So yeah, that's a total of what? That's a total of 24 damage over the 2 hits.
7 plus 17,
Yes,
24.
Yes, 24 total.
Yep.
All right. And
Ow.
then-
Hit me. Ow.
and now it's the one. Now it's one sending 2 attacks at Valdeth. Can Valdeth be flanked?
Yes, I can. I can in fact be flanked. I am not elusive.
No.
Trying to remember everything for
Oh,
a rogue at
natural
level
20.
20. Whoops.
Oh boy.
It's
Oh
fine.
boy.
And 18.
Yeah, 18 misses horribly.
18 misses, but the natural 20 hits you for, whoo, 10 necrotic and 25 bludgeoning, so 35 points of damage total. And a great constitution saving throw.
These things look like animate armor, or am I misremembering?
They look like warped animate armor. Yes.
Oh
feel.
no!
Oh
Ah.
boy.
Well, that means that your hit point maximum is reduced by the amount of damage you took which is 35.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it. 35. So your hit point maximum is reduced by 35.
Nani the fuck?
He's cool.
Oh no!
Oh no.
This
I'm
reduction lasts.
still over 100 hit points. It's fine.
This reduction lasts until you finish a long rest. It's Gent's turn. Gent, who is not here, suddenly begins to behave in a subpar manner as I take control of the character sheet.
I'm in control now.
I'm in
So
control.
what I'm hearing
Don't know the
is
class.
that any PC who dies, it's Jack's fault.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All of a sudden, Gent just yells,
through last
assuming
night,
control.
through tonight.
Assuming direct control.
Yeah. You all just share assuming direct control and look over at Gent like, what the fuck?
Why are your eyes glowing?
Don't worry about it.
Greg, I just about died.
I missed it.
That's not true. I did.
Yeah.
You did die.
Jeremy, look! You punned by mistake.
That's not a pun.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Give
it's
me
not.
this. Don't take this away from me.
Oh boy.
I will take away whatever I want.
No.
Yeah, see, the problem is I don't...
Including your character.
The reason... to be clear, the reason why Gent will be performing in a subclass manner is because I don't know how his
the
class
character
works.
as well. Yes.
Because it's a class
You
he made.
You should have magic bullet.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
cast a spell by shooting people.
Yeah.
So you rolled the attack roll into the spell.
He has not been keeping track of his spell slots in the character sheet because I know he spit some of these already.
I want
I
to
think
see
he-
roll in D20. I mean, D&D Beyond.
Well, he inscribed bullets.
No, he did not on
He's-
D&D Beyond because the class isn't there.
He's
No.
already...
Oh.
Because I think one of the features of the class is that you can inscribe bullets and use them later.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
could be wrong.
but we still keep track of them in spell slots. Like it's just that they're
Oh,
prepared shots, I believe. I don't know.
You can yell at him next time you see him, and also tell him which characters he ended up killing tonight by not being here.
Yes.
We just, I mean, can he just attack or use cantrips or stuff?
I mean, no, he doesn't have any cantrips. I'm just trying to figure out how his
Shoot
spells
people
work.
with a gun.
If you want me to take over the character sheet, I'm moderately familiar with the class.
He's got him
because
in
Reed and I
Sure.
work on it with him.
He'll be
Sure. Here, I will give you access to the character.
good. 'Tis big and golden and shoots magic bullets.
That's how marriage works. You get the blessings. You get 50% ownership over the character sheet.
There, you now have Gint Minar.
completely unrelated for some reason. It made me think of a very silly text post about the Stardew Valley characters and how they deal with you getting your period and
The problem there, Craig, though, is that it's a three-way marriage, so only 33% of the character sheet.
I mean, I didn't
it's still
say the math
50%.
worked out.
Thus far, he's fired a reactive blast. I think is the only thing he's used so far.
He used
He's
reactive.
down his third level.
He used
Reactive
reactive
blast
to
kicked
kill
back,
thing.
I remember
He
that.
also used
No, super glue.
he used what was it? He used his
I think he prepped a banishing bullet, but
He
I don't
prepped a
think
banishing
he's
bullet,
used
but I don't
one
think he
yet.
ever used it.
I feel like he also made a bite shot, but I don't remember if he did or not.
Yes,
I-
that sounds right.
I think he's used a bite shot, but not in. He used a bite shot on the boat, like when we got attacked on the boat.
Okay.
Maybe.
I think he has. I think the only spell he's actually cast in the city thus far has been the reactive blast.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. Sounds right.
Elliot. That's the name of the character.
So he's down his third level slot.
Anyway, this is just very stupid. And I'm just imagining Git saying this to Velda and to Tanya, the bottom one.
However,
Babe said she's on her period, so I am too. It's you or us.
You're us.
the three that have their armor broken for one reason or another, I forget what that was. That was Crusher, right? Attacks against them have advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Until
a couple of them are affected by that.
Sorry, I really liked the second from the bottom.
The second button was also very funny.
Yeah, he's gonna. These guys don't seem super dangerous, so he's gonna hit him. He's gonna shoot the one next to Valdeth with that Scott Crusher on it with a stun shot. So advantage on the Emperor's Virtue.
Power's getting real flaky.
Hey!
There you
Oh.
go.
Get it.
19 piercing and then stun shot twice.
Tasty. Tasty! Look at that.
They need to make a Constitution save. Actually, no, this wouldn't get applied because it's a saving throw for the damage. It just hits. So yeah, it would just be the
Also,
ones.
the bullet mod is 3 less on the second one, so the piercing damage is 3 less, I should say. All right. What was that Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, con save, DC 19.
10. It fails.
They are stunned for 1 round.
Are they susceptible to stun? We find out now.
No, these guys aren't, as if I recall. Yeah.
Boo.
They look constructy, so I'm guessing.
Oh, they take the extra psychic damage at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to stun him with my palms.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right, I forgot about that. Oh well.
Well, I don't know that Gent knew because I don't think Grumman called it out.
Yeah.
So.
But that's going to be...
My bad.
Gent is going to... Yeah, he's going to stay here, just get a better line of sight. Yep, that's it.
All right, and now it's the other one next to Skuz and on the other side of Valdeth.
You can't catch me flat-footed. That's a Pathfinder reference.
Yeah, so it's gonna attack Valdeth instead.
Fuck you!
I thought it was like a Bugs Malone reference.
It's just, sorry, it's the accent.
Pathfinder and 30.
21
Yes,
and
that's
12
you're right.
to hit Valdeth.
Both miss.
I never played third
21 misses?
edition.
Yes.
Or are you sure it's not like a
My
Carmen
AC is
Sandiego
24.
Yeah.
reference? You'll never
Titania!
catch me flatfoot.
All right. Well,
Even without the Mowage bonus, it would be 22.
Yeah. Let's see.
And technically, flat-footed is only without your armor class. It's not like advantage or anything.
Well, actually, no. Flat-footed is just without your dex modifier to your armor class.
If I'm
You're
remembering
right.
right, these guys were resistant to lightning damage. Because I had done like a chain lightning thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians on myself.
What does that do?
Yes.
That summons some Spirit Guardians. Hang on, let me find the thing.
It summons a spirit guardian.
Or not Spirit Guardians, sorry, Spirit Shroud. That's it. So
It doesn't do what you said.
I
little
call for
moths.
spirits of the dead which flit around you for the spell's duration. They're intangible and invulnerable. I get extra damage. Basically, whenever I hit, that is a bonus action. So
Spirit Shroud. It's
Shroud.
it's holy weapon, but for druids.
yes,
It's also a thing that paladins can do, I think.
and then I'm going
Can they
to
get Spirit Shroud?
slice.
It's a different thing. I'll look it up. Don't worry about it.
Holy weapon. But,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Already on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Gent wrote a class that actually uses Vancian casting because they inscribe individual spells. So I'm just, which is why it's harder to play this because he probably has his own list of what is inscribed.
All right, so I'm slicing at the one down below me. With my scythe. 23
Hits.
That's like
hits. Does 14 slashing. Where's my Sorry, I forgot to do the
You don't have
extra
to.
damage.
You don't have to
on
roll
that.
the necrotic damage because it's immune to necrotic damage.
Well, fine then. Be like that. And then it will
And you don't have the mark of war on your weapon.
take. No, I don't. But I do get to do radiant damage. Let's try that. 1d8.
It's the same spell. Hey, look at you. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Does
Spirit
2
Shroud
radiant
and
damage.
Spirit Shroud and Holy Weapon, I believe, are the exact same spell.
Yeah. But you're special and you get it as a druid. It's not listed on D&D Beyond for druids. But I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 radiant damage. Does that seem to affect it?
Yeah, the radiant damage does.
Sweet. Then I'm gonna do a second attack.
All right.
Die.
I'm gonna do a murder.
19
19 hits.
for 11 slashing, and we'll do this. 7 radiant.
Yeah, Spirit Shroud is one of the druid spells for Circle of Grim Harvest, which is why it's there.
Yep. That is my turn.
So 11 slashing and 7 radiant.
It's like Holy Weapon, but it's not a Holy Weapon.
It's like Spirit Guardians. Maybe not Spirit Guardians, but it's like just little tiny spirits just kind of flit up and they're just... do, 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 do.
Yeah. It does
That's the
radiant,
cleric
necrotic,
spell.
or cold damage, your choice when you cast a spell.
Yeah, it's sort of like Spirit Guardians. Yeah.
Yeah. What do they look like? What do they look like to Tanya?
I imagine
I think. I don't know.
Little dancing mushrooms?
Like a more aggressive Spirit Guardians.
she's not a mushroom druid anymore.
The
They can still be
No.
mushrooms, damn it.
Death's Head Hawk Moths.
I think it's like, I don't think they're distinct. I think it's like mist. Sort of when you move, it like.
The mist of the grave,
moves,
just like
yeah,
that faint tealish blue mist rising
Yep.
off the ground.
I actually immediately
Exactly.
thought of I think it's the not Dark Souls, but the Bloodborne. Bloodborne, when you get the thing and the little spirits come up.
The messengers.
Oh, what is it called?
Messengers. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Anyway, don't
so
mind me on.
now it's the Felforge that's between Ithram and Skuz's turn. And it's going to turn and try to punch Ithram in the face.
Rude.
Rude! I'm right here.
So rude.
Actually, yeah. No, I mean, first, it's going to use Violent Escapement. I need both Ithram and Skuz to make a dexterity saving throw.
No. What if I told you I don't need to because I'm too good?
Oh,
Yeah.
let's see.
That was nearly a nat 20. So whatever it is, suck it. No, Ithram, not you.
On the other hand,
Let's
Ithram,
see. 1, 2.
You've already used your save face, haven't you?
No.
Yeah, but I have the Mark of War.
Ah, yeah.
I can
that's
use
right.
that shit twice.
There you go.
Hey!
I can save face double.
So let's see. It's 30 feet.
I got
so-
two cheeks.
I can
Yeah,
save.
exactly.
I can save double face. Wait.
it should be pointed out in case
5.
it's unclear.
Yeah.
I can see you. So if you need the extra, if you need me,
That's
to get
the
to
full
5.
5. So does a 15?
A 15 succeeds, yes.
Sweet.
So
Nice.
you take half damage. And
Scuzz just
takes
backflips
none.
out the way. I'm too slippery.
You take half of 7, so 3 points of piercing damage, as bits of the armor sort of explodes off as some, like, fiendish fire begins to erupt from this suit of armor.
Is it magical?
No, it's bits and pieces of the armor just, like, shot off at you.
So I'm resistant to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
There you
so
go.
Do I just only take 1 or 2?
Quarter damage, so at the
It would
most
be a
one.
quarter of
half
yes, one. It
of
would
7
be 1.
is 3, so half of that is 1, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so you take 1 point of damage. And then it's going to punch you in the face. This is magic.
This is magic. Doesn't sound very magical, John.
I cast punch.
I mean, natural 20 is pretty magical.
Oh no.
And a 17. Does a 17 hit you?
No.
Okay. So you just take the...
Just the natural.
You just
20.
take 24 bludgeoning and 7 necrotic damage. I need to make a Constitution saving throw. Also, do you have are you concentrating on any spells right now?
Not right now.
Do they need to make that save if they're all? Oh no, yeah, because that's different. Never mind.
Yeah, this is just going to reduce. I'm already cursed to not gain hit points back. Now I just have to, that total pool might get lower. DC 14.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything because if I do, I'll do it. I was going to say I have to roll a natural 1 to
fail. Yeah, but you can still roll a natural 1. So.
Yep, but I rolled a natural 20 instead.
Yeah, great place to put that 20.
Of all the places,
the place where you only needed literally a 2.
When a 2 or higher would do, get that 20.
Yeah. It's called a flex.
strictly speaking,
so you take
in the same vein that natural 20s aren't auto succeeds on saves raw. Neither are natural ones auto fails. He still would have succeeded on a 1 with a plus 13 mod.
Raw, yes.
That's
I don't
skill,
know about...
That's skill checks, not saves.
No, that's also true. That's also true on saves. It's only attack rolls that care about natural ones and 20s.
That said,
we've been
that's
playing...
raw.
Yeah, we've been playing it that natural 20.
No, yeah, we've been playing it that way forever. But like, strictly speaking, he would have succeeded on a natural 1.
My games, anytime you roll a 1 is a natural fail, and anytime you roll a 20 is a success.
That's how I tend to run it too. It's more interesting that way.
Yeah,
I let you succeed on natural 1s on the skill check if it's high enough.
Yeah.
Because that just feels bad. If you have like a plus 17 in the skill check and you roll a natural 1 and it's still higher than the DC, like come on.
I would argue don't even have the roll.
Even on my worst day, I still know this shit.
Yeah, right.
If it's like if you can't fail.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you can't fail, then you don't need to roll. But there are still instances where you could fail.
I like that Vikram called it out as a flex. It reminds me of the time that somebody told me that they only drank Goldschlager. I was like, weird flex, but okay.
Ugh.
Like literally, I'm not paying attention to that. But
like, thank you for letting me know that
this fell for just punching Titania now.
When it comes back out, you're be literally shitting bricks. So good for you, I guess.
But Nikki, weird flex.
No, we're not paying attention to
There are flecks of gold and Goldschlager.
I'm so short that it went over my head. I'm very sorry.
No, but like the expression of weird flex.
We're not paying attention to it.
But there's also weird flex in the drink because all jokes are better when you explain them.
Can I mute?
Can I mute Craig? Does an 18 or a 12 hit you, Titania?
No.
I think I made everybody on the call say that at one point or another. Yay! Do I get my free sandwich?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
mail you a cookie.
You haven't gotten me with that yet.
I'm coming for you.
Valdez, it's your turn.
Cool. Okay. It is time
To smash.
for swords. Yes.
Time for smash. You want smash?
Bonus action, focus. Bring my sen up to 6. Yeah, fuck these guys. It's time for Midaya Setsugeka.
Time for smash. Yes.
All the cool kids are playing multiverses now. Thank you very much.
I spend 5 of my
not
6
that
sen.
kind of smash.
I know.
I spent 5 of my 6 sen, and I am now going to make 5 attacks. Thank you very much.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's actually both that kind of smash, Jeremy, because Velma is in multiverses, and come on.
Okay, point.
So, first attack against the guy that I still have advantage on right now.
As is Garnet from Steven Universe.
Yes.
31.
If that wasn't a question, yes.
15 damage in the first hit.
It was an answer. Yeah, 31 hits.
That was either coincidental or a really, really quality Steven Universe deep cut.
I didn't hear you. What?
In any event,
Sorry, William, which one were you attacking?
the one directly south of me, the one that still has Crusher on it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Second attack for 24 damage.
Yep.
Third attack for 21 damage.
Yep.
Fourth attack for 18 damage.
Now it's dead.
Yay.
And the fifth attack goes at this one directly north of me.
It only had one hit point left. It's dead.
Beautiful.
Sorry, Craig. What was that Steven Universe reference that you just had?
You said it's not the question, it's the answer, and there are two like key Steven Universe things. One called the question, and the other one called the answer.
Oh,
I wasn't sure if you were doing that on purpose or
I have not seen all of Steven Universe. I've only seen up to where the green one arrives and gets trapped in a barn. And
Fair
that's,
enough.
that's it. That's all
I've
I've
watched
seen.
all the way up until the movie. I haven't seen book 2.
I do have to appreciate, by the way, that the Multiverses roster is like almost entirely like characters that you can see in largely comedic situations, even the DC characters, because Batman, let's be honest, Batman in comedy is best Batman.
It's so good.
And then we have Arya Stark.
Oh yeah. You've got
Yeah.
You've got
The only one where you're like
Shaggy, Velma, Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry, Tasmanian Devil, LeBron James. That
Yep,
one's slightly
yep.
weird, and then Arya Stark.
one of these things is not like the other.
Look, Warner Brothers owns Game of Thrones.
Yes,
No, I
There
get
you
it.
go.
I understand it, but that is exactly as jarring as if Arya Stark, if she had been in the already awful Space Jam: A New Legacy.
We won't talk about it. We won't talk about it. It doesn't exist. We don't see
no,
it.
then there's
No.
also Garnet,
Fuck
Steven,
that non-existent.
There was
Garnet
like a brief
Steven,
Game of Thrones cameo. I don't remember who it was.
Batman.
Though. Was it?
Garnet,
It's
Steven,
not
Dungeons
even-
and Dragons.
Harley
That
Quinn.
wasn't even the
Yeah,
weirdest
D&D.
cameo.
Yeah.
Are you doing?
Eldeth, how cool was that? How cool was that last attack? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely that. Like, there's the Super Saiyan like lift of the aura that sort of like brushes her hair directly up, and then there's just a blur of motion, and then both of the two Felforge standing next to her just fall into several different pieces. And she just steps over to the next one.
You don't have a samurai sword because then I just imagine you doing the cool samurai sword thing where you just chick,
Oh no,
and
she
then
does.
everything.
She literally her gunblade is a katana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is literally the weaponette side, blur of motion, sheath it, the enemies fall apart, and then she walks over.
Yeah,
Yes, my wee brain.
It's a gunblade katana, a guntana, if you would. Vespia.
Yes.
It's your turn.
She's going to move forward just a little, and she is going to try to cast. I had it. Ray of Warping on the one next to Ithram.
All right.
That's the one that punched him, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's 16.
16 hits.
Oh, it does hit?
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Hey.
So does it need to make a saving throw or what?
Hold on here. I'm gonna, if I can.
2d8 bludgeoning damage for the duration their speed is halved, and its highest ability score is reduced to be the same as its lowest ability score.
Nice.
I love that.
Creature also
Just
has
fuck your
disadvantage
shit.
on saving throws when its lowest ability scores. On its turn, it can use its action to make a Constitution saving throw, ending this spell on a success. What level were you casting it at?
I'm just casting it at 3rd right now.
Okay, so just 2d8 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, still pretty solid for these guys.
So its highest ability score is reduced to the same as its lowest ability score. To a minimum of 3.
Presumably, its con or strength reduced to
Its
probably
dex.
average. Yeah, probably to its dex.
Its con is reduced to its dex, yeah.
Does that affect its health points?
Theoretically, it would.
Theoretically, it would. I'm going to say no because that's math.
No, because you don't want to do math. That's fair. It's very, very fair.
And also, like, their hit points are the only
Just
thing they
9
got going
damage.
for them right now.
Yeah, almost like we want to get rid of them faster. John,
Look.
you're doing
all
great.
done Plenty of damage. Thank you very much. All right. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it right now.
All right. The one between Zara and Grummond is going to swing at Zara twice.
This is conspiracy. This is Jeremy character conspiracy.
A natural
Oh
20
my god!
Oh boy.
and a 19.
All right. Change your API, John. You keep critting on us.
Reload.
Does a 19 hit, Jeremy?
Yes, those both hit me. I'm pretty sure. Yes, my armor class is 18.
All right, cool.
I
So
need to make
that's
2 con saves.
13 plus 5 bludgeoning, 18 bludgeoning, and 9
9
necrotic damage with a con save.
Hold on.
27
Con
damage.
save 1, and there's con save 2.
So
Well, I made one of them.
so
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 let's see.
20. So your total hit points are reduced by 27 for the first one.
All right, hold on. 20. Max hit point modifier minus 27.
Oh, is there a max hit point modifier field somewhere?
Yes, if
Yeah.
you click on the hit points, if you click on the actual just hit point, either current or max, it brings up some things, and there's a max hit point modifier in there.
Nice.
Okay,
All right, and the second one.
I'm fine. I'm good.
9 bludgeoning and 3 necrotic.
Oh,
That's the one you saved on. All right, Ithram,
Is
how you feeling?
I'm fine.
How you feeling, Abs McGee?
Either just has the
Like
shirt
the
on.
world's- like like Gran Terra's strongest washboard.
Ithram's wearing this shirt that
Forged.
like obviously shows off all 6 abs,
Just-
and Vespia's
just-
like, yeah,
No,
no,
Sorry,
like,
6? No, 6, 8. Thank you very much.
the belt covers the 8.
No.
you have a
So
24 pack.
if you look at the Mage King's robes, that's it.
I don't know. I feel like Vespia's just been like staring at him ever since this happened, just like biting her lip.
Get it, girl.
All right. So
These abs were forged in desolation.
Haley Atwell in the first Captain America. Just like,
That's Gran Terra's abs.
fantastic.
to Rom's abs.
It's desolation.
Oh wait,
abs.
wrong voice. That's Desolation's abs.
There you go.
God damn.
Oh, I got a joke, but I'll make it later. Ithram's gonna cast Mystical Blade. So 4 attacks coming at the one in between myself and Scuzz.
Advantage.
Is the weapon on your? Is the weapon damage higher than the magical blade damage right now?
No, it's actually the same. The only
Okay,
difference is that I have a modifier that actually adds to, so
Yeah.
the static damage, but not the damage dice.
Are you going
31.
to use your bracers to cast it twice? Or do you not have
I
those?
don't
right
have
now?
those bracers
don't have those
anymore.
anymore,
Actually,
right.
Alana has those, if I
Right,
remember
right. So no 8 attacks.
Yeah, no, I
for
thought
you.
about it. No, I have the gauntlets still. So, let's see if first one is 13 force damage. Second one is 16 force damage.
Nice, nice.
Still up.
Yeah,
22.
hits.
I'm assuming it hits. For another 17 points of force damage.
Yep, still up.
These are beefier boys.
And a 28. For another 17 points of force damage.
Still up.
Jesus.
Have we taken any of these guys down?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I killed two.
Yes.
I just killed two of them.
Okay, cool.
Ithram,
As you, as
Ithram,
is the
Valbeth.
case, we're relying on Shani's characters to do all the murder this week.
it's
I-
almost
yeah,
like
'cause
Valdeth, not Valdeth, yes, Valdeth, is made for murder.
Yeah, because I just did 60 points of damage to it, and it's still up. So
Yeah, both
It's-
of my
it's-
characters are
it's
made to
not
be combat
up.
blenders.
It's not up by much, but it's still up. You don't have like Fury the Small or anything that could just add a little bit more extra damage. So.
Just a little smack of fuck
Yeah.
you damage.
Are we still doing phrasing? Or...
Always.
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 I don't.
Never.
Scuzz can probably take it out, although that might be a waste of sneak attack.
Zara.
I could do it with my bonus action.
Oh, yeah.
I can hit it a few times.
Smack it round.
Well, while you all are envisioning spanking things, it's Zara's turn.
Alrighty. Well, there's a thing here.
We're fighting in a temple and not in a place where money is exchanged. Otherwise, this would be the spank bank. Sorry, I will see myself out.
No, you're fighting in a guard barracks. That is a customs agency. It's absolutely a place where money is exchanged.
Great. Welcome to the spank bank.
Sorry, Jeremy.
Whew. Glad we got that sorted.
Now smack this motherfucker twice. With advantage, because we flanking.
Yep.
$22.
Hey, yep.
For the Hexblade curse doesn't apply, but 17 slashing and 7 radiant.
24.
He
Grumman
lives still?
grants
Yeah,
advantage
24.
by
Yeah,
just
all right. No,
breathing
it's
in.
still up.
Okay. And a 24 to hit.
How helpful of roll 20 to tell me what the result of the previous roll was.
For 15 slashing and 6 radiant.
So 21.
Nice.
All right. Still up.
And I am going to Tanya, how you looking?
Like a third. I have about a
First.
third.
Tiny's
alright,
looking
I'm,
healthier than you are.
Cursed.
I mean, that is true, but that's not the point here.
Okay.
If I was a bear, I'd be better.
To
then
be fair,
I will.
you can have all the hit points you want by just turning into different animals.
Yes. I'm
What the hell?
contemplating
I
it.
am
But I would
going
lose.
Was that
to-
passive aggressive because Valdeth made you
Yeah.
change out of being a bear?
Everyone shut up for a
Little bit.
minute. Jeremy, finish.
I am going to use my bonus action to Misty Step down here.
Oh.
Alright.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Provide
I know you
flanking.
don't have advantage anymore, Grumman, but
Oh, I don't care.
that is
was-
my action.
I was just there to give you advantage.
This one up top that is affected by Crusher.
You get advantage.
Yes. So Scuzz is swiping at that guy. This one. No, wrong place. Damn you. There we go. 25.
5 hits.
For 10. Oh, damn it!
You don't
I
have
was
to
supposed
use
to-
your sneak attack there if you didn't want to.
No. I'm not. But I was
supposed to
going.
use Green Flame Blade. Yes.
I was supposed to say I was going to use Green Flame Blade. Literally, I was thinking about it. Bummer.
Nikki did call that out last time. I like last week, if you will allow it.
I did want to use Green Flame Blade on this first guy
Use it.
because I wasn't gonna. Yeah. So. Nope. Yep. No, I don't need the hit. I just need the damage. Thank you. So it just does 13 points of fire damage. Ignore all the other numbers. 13 points to the first guy that I'm hitting, and then 16 jumps off and hits the one between
So
me and Ithram.
He takes 6 points of fire damage.
That's fine.
And the other guy takes less, but
18.
only had 1 hit
8
point
fire
left, so
damage.
he dies.
Yay!
And then,
That one does.
it's 44 total damage from the regular attack.
Oh,
Yeah,
You did the 10 piercing and 34 sneak attack.
Yeah, the primary one that hit you didn't. The primary one that you hit is still up. The
Okay.
one that was between you and Ithram died.
It had 1 hit point.
Yeah, it had 1 hit point left.
Fucking.
that's fine.
Of course.
Because I'm going to use my bonus action to hit again, and that one will have my sneak attack, right?
But no, because you used your sneak attack on the first one. Unless you didn't want to.
Unless you didn't want to.
Oh, because I was using doing Green Flame Blade.
It's still a melee attack. You can still add your sneak attack into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will that change anything about the one guy over here dying from the Green Flame Blade damage? Okay,
No,
then
it
yes.
wouldn't
Then 34 to the one on top.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna hit him again with the bonus action.
Fuck him up.
and I hit him again.
So you drop this.
Natural 20 for my offhand attack. So it does.
Buckle up, Chuckle Flux.
It just does a D4. It just does 2D4. Hold on.
Favorite.
5 points of
Well,
damage.
it's 2d4 plus your.
Do I get to add my
Wait, are you,
modifier?
Wait, no, you only have 1 bookmark. Why are you attacking with bookmark twice if you're using your offhand weapon?
Because I'm dumb and hit the wrong thing.
Is it just a regular dagger?
It's just a regular dagger. So it's not even just a regular dagger. It still would be a natural 20 roll, would be less than that.
Sorry, it would be 5 then, yeah. Unless because you don't have 2-weapon fighting, I'm assuming, so.
No.
Or dual wielding.
No.
Yeah.
No.
5 damage.
And these guys are immune to necrotic damage. That's my turn.
Alright. Grumman's turn. The one guy that's still up that had armor crush no longer has armor crush. Or is it till the end of your turn?
Yep. No, it's till the beginning.
Yeah.
So I would like to punch the one in front of me.
To
Please,
punch.
punch. Falcon punch. Oh god, now I want to make a character in D&D that does falcon punches. Like exactly that. It's falcon. That's what happens when you divine smite someone with your fists. It's a falcon punch.
26?
26 hits, yeah.
18 magical bludgeoning.
Yep.
All right.
Kill
I
him.
will move to here and punch him again. Uh, 27.
Push this beer again.
17 points of magical bludgeoning.
He's dead.
Yay!
I will. Let's see. Grumman calls out, "How are things going in the other room?"
So much blood.
It's in hand, Grummins.
All right. So I will step to here and punch that guy. Does he count as flanked even if I'm not the one flanking? I actually don't know.
No.
You're not flanked for you. You are not flanking. Him.
Okay. So 27.
That's-
Obviously, I'm spending a key point. I forgot to mention. Obviously, I'm spending a key
Yeah.
point to activate
Flurry of blows.
Flurry of Blows. So 12 points of magical bludgeoning.
Yep.
I rolled these out of order. I'm sorry. God, what's happening?
22 hits for another 9. I
Okay.
think that's all you have is the 2.
Because
You're not rotating through 7 enemies anymore.
No. That's all I can do on that guy. I still have more hits.
Yeah.
You can reach somebody. I don't think you can. Unless you have the movement to get all the way over here.
The monk.
You are a
Of
monk,
course
yeah.
he does.
I can totally get there. That's the only guy left up.
How do you? I don't know that you can get around him.
Yeah,
he's in
that's
that doorway.
You can get to
you
this
can't
space where
pass
this dead
through.
guy is.
Is he the size of the doorway?
He's pretty big.
He's medium. It's
Yeah.
a 5-foot
I have-
doorway.
Yeah, you
it's-
can't
it's
go
only
through an
5
enemy
because I was
space.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
it's
like,
not.
I
It's
can-
not
I
a
can
tall
fucking-
doorway.
I can fucking xenomorph it along the walls and ceiling, but if there's not room to crawl through,
No,
then
it's
fair.
a barracks. It's not a castle.
You let him
okay.
do it last week.
Oh,
Goes through
last
the
last
bottom.
week he was like dodging behind someone like this.
It
way.
was going. Yeah, it was diagonally through.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think the
Oh,
guy
okay.
is actually. in
If
the
you look at
doorway.
where the
Okay.
doors, if you look at where the door that this guy's in is in the middle of the wall, whereas that one is at the edge of the wall.
Oh,
There's
okay.
actively
he's,
no
he's
like.
there's wall on.
There's
both
no
sides of this
there's no
guy.
way to get to his left or right, whereas
Yeah.
the other guy was in a different position.
So another 22.
22 hits.
And 10 points of damage to that guy.
All right. Yeah. The positionals are slightly different from the 2 instances.
Yeah, this guy doesn't even have a flank space.
How much D&D? How much clearance is there between this guy's legs?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Because he's
Okay.
it's a hell warped suit of armor. It's not like a proper suit of armor, so there's like spikes in all manner of weird places.
Could I try to squeeze through the door, like do an acrobatics check, or just no?
There's just not enough room from where the door's
Fair.
positioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Totally fair.
If he was on either side of it, I'd say yeah, you could probably acrobatics past him, but where he's at, it's just impossible.
He has jammed that doorway.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Okay. Yeah. I think I've done all I can. So that's the end of my turn.
All right. It's his turn. Poor bastard.
Who's it gonna hit? Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay.
First, he's going to do a little violent escapement. I need Grummond and Scuzz to make dexterity saving throws. The 2 people with evasion, but whatever.
It's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine.
17 enough?
Just the bits of armor that fly past you just fly past you.
Both of us backflip at the same time, and the same time, like high five. It's
High five
great.
for sure.
Yeah.
Flying,
job,
backflipping,
son.
high five.
And then a 10 and an 18 to hit Scuzz.
The 18 will hit.
High five.
But
Good job, son. No, my newest boy.
I knew his boy.
13 bludgeoning, 1 necrotic, and then a Constitution saving throw from Scuzz.
I'm going to only. It's the top of the round, so yeah, I'm going to take my the thing that makes me half the damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Thank you.
Take 7 damage.
7 damage. Here.
The one I was sure would never be.
Is it 7 or 6? Because it was 13 points of damage. Nope,
It's
no, it
14.
wasn't.
14.
It's 14. Thank
Yeah,
you.
14.
I know how to do math. I don't. I'm gay. I don't know how to do math. Constitution saving throw.
I didn't know that was a part of it.
When you're gay and you can't do math, yeah, it's a whole thing.
I mean,
I can't
People
do
who play
math,
Dungeons
it's
and
not because
Dragons
I'm
are
gay.
having a rough time. John, are you not queer? Are you not a part of the alphabet soup?
No, I'm extremely queer, but that's not why I can't do math.
Okay.
It's the ADHD.
I'm just gonna say can do math.
Yeah, it's the ADHD. It's not being queer.
Like
Gent's turn.
Yeah, so Gent is going to step over here just to have a clear line of sight on this suit of armor. And fuck being fancy. We're just gonna shoot it twice. Emperor's Virtue. 26 past one. 26, 15 damage. And then 14 more damage.
Still up.
Fuck being fancy is my Sex Pistols cover band that only plays formals.
Titania.
Sweet. I'm gonna slash at it.
What's
There
the
we
reload
go.
value on Emperor's Virtue?
Greg, I'm making
6,
a
I
bar
believe.
with that name.
Okay.
Nice.
That's totally
Sweet.
my home game.
22 and 23. It does 13 slashing.
Also,
And
William,
11
just because
slashing.
it's a gunblade katana, I imagine that your gunblades look like Weiss's gunblades from Final Fantasy 7.
And
Oh yeah, absolutely.
7 radiant.
Except it's made of crystal because it's star metal.
Well, the star metal isn't crystal. It's like a platinum silver kind of thing.
31 damage.
31 damage from both hits. Or no, sorry, from the
Yep.
second. Yeah, from both hits. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, more like a Final Fantasy VIII gunblade made into a katana though, because Weiss's are actually just gun katanas.
Is star metal not meteorite?
Yes. Star metal is meteorite.
Okay.
It's just not siderite, the kind of metal that you're thinking of.
Okay.
It's magical meteorite.
It's
And that is my
magical.
turn.
All right. It's that Felforged's turn. I'm just gonna punch. Just gonna give one punch to each of you.
No.
Okay. When it punches, what is your
Zara.
phone's name? Zara. I'm gonna attack it because I
Roll.
have my reaction back.
First, he's gonna punch you
Okay.
for a natural 20.
Well,
Stop that.
Are you really
That's
gonna
rude.
attack, or are you just gonna be dead?
I'm gonna try.
So
I think
that's
I'll be fine.
20 bludgeoning and 10 necrotic, so 30 total damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
30.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm still alive.
How you feeling though?
Not great. Hang on, let me do minuses first.
Are you
Before I
below
forget.
20?
No, I'm at 21.
Close
So,
enough.
Titania's hit points are
amusingly the
Sounds
Felforged require a 19 or 20 to hit Valneth.
I don't have advantage on this.
So your
Well-
maximum hit points are reduced by 30.
30.
Okay, all right.
What's your max?
21.
121.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not so.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't get any hit points back.
Yeah, it's fine.
I just want to point out this is how Diad died.
And then a 14 to hit Zara.
Misses.
Oh,
This
well,
like
that's disappointing.
taking away magical healing and taking away maximum hit points is giving
Hey!
very blue magic card deck energy right now. I just want you to know that. Very control. I don't like it. Blue black.
on.
Very blue black.
It's very specifically
Rude.
blue white.
Oh, it has to hit
I
someone.
know.
other
I
than me.
understand why. I'm just making a joke.
Well
Is it
done.
the suits of armor?
You
It's
should
just
have let it hit
It's
me, then I
Azorius.
could
It's
hit it.
entirely like prison deck, just like
Yeah.
you get to do nothing.
Exactly.
You're doing plenty
Yeah,
of
I'm
things. though.
sorry.
You're killing
I
them.
instinctually have an appreciation of
prison-
my life force.
Prison decks do tend to fall apart when they face aggro decks, John. You're correct.
Zelda.
Yes, it is time for me to murder. I will focus, gain Sen, and then take an NP attack so that I can.
I didn't go anywhere though.
Yeah,
an
that's
NP.
what I heard too.
It's
Oh,
spelled
no.
the same way.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, it's not Zen?
No, it's Sen. S-E-N.
No, it's Sen.
Okay. Cool. My ears aren't as failing as I thought.
Da-da-da, 20 and 22 to hit the guy in front of Skuzz.
Both hit. He died on the first shot.
17 thunder damage. Okay, I didn't need it then. Like actually, I can just move 5, 10, 15, 20. I can step over here and direct that second attack at that guy.
Go ahead.
So for 20 thunder damage. His NP changes it to thunder. As Valdeth does the draw slash that just like makes the vacuum wave and then steps over and swings another one down across at the one next to Titania.
Isn't this called Thagura or whatever the like third level of thunder damage is in Final Fantasy? I don't remember.
Thundera.
Thundera, thank you.
Thunder,
No, Thunder.
Thundaga is
Thundaga.
the third
yes,
Thundaga.
Thundaga. Choo, choo.
Thundera is a
Vespian
very
is
good middle
level
band.
2. Thundara is level 2.
Also, isn't that a Thundercat?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
It's
That's
Vespia's,
Chitara.
it's Vespia's turn.
Oh, Vespia.
Just one
What
left.
is still alive?
One fell forged.
Where?
Down
Where is
here.
You
Oh,
in,
I
in the
can't
room down
see
south. You
it.
can't
in,
see
Yeah.
it.
in the bad room is where it's at.
Okay. Do I know it's down there?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
presumably
you also
you've
know
heard
that
the
there's
fighting.
You
there's
heard
a
a
door right
gunshot.
here too. If you want to just come through that door instead.
What? Where's the door?
Right
Right
where I'm
here?
pinging
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kick
Why
the
can't
door
I go
open,
through?
because I have
Because he
to
hasn't
open
removed
it.
it yet. There you go. Now you can go through.
Okay.
Wait, what the fuck?
What? There it
Thundercats is
is.
a demonym?
Okay.
What?
They're from the planet Thundera. Thunder
Yes.
is a demonym.
Yeah.
Sorry, Holly, please kill people.
Hold on. Stop it. I'm not casting that right now. Sorry.
Probably not Vespia.
Just okay. I
Just
personally
murder
will
people.
teleport there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do ray warping on this one, or try to. Alright. 16 hits.
16 hits.
All right, and I'm gonna cast this one at a level 4.
It'll be an extra 1d8.
It'll be 3d8 bludgeoning damage. And its speed is halved.
And its con becomes its dex.
Well, if it fails, it's save, isn't it?
There's no save on that.
Oh,
It's just
right,
if it
right,
hits.
right. We get to save on its turn.
Yeah, it can use it can use its action
Out
to
of
try and
roll.
break the effect.
10 bludgeoning damage.
All right. Ithram.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I declare a thumb war.
Yes.
Oop.
And then look at there. So firebolt, giant ballista of fire flies across the room.
30 hits.
Double check to make sure because it might be a 17.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Why do you have advantage?
I'm double checking to make sure to see if it's any attack that I make or I have advantage when attacking enemies that are engaged with any of my allies.
Oh, we lost Craig, by the way.
Yep,
Yep.
he mentioned that the storm hit.
Yep.
We just lost Greg.
So,
Yeah.
damn,
I'm back.
29 points of fire damage.
Halved because there was
Nice.
the fire. So that's
Why?
14.
Do you ignore fire resistance for any particular reason, potentially?
The only if I I don't think if I marked my spell blade, if I use that as a focus,
No, it
don't
applies,
think
it
that would
applies to
count. It'd
specifically to
still
the
be-
weapon
yeah.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah, weapon damage. So no.
Do you not have like elemental affinity or anything?
No.
Nice.
So minus
don't.
14.
Uh,
It's still standing. Yes.
I don't
Anything
have
else?
anything as a bonus action. No.
Right. Zara.
Okay.
19 hits. It's dead.
All right.
How do you kill it with the first hit?
I stab it. I don't. Yeah.
All right. As you stab the Felforge and the last of them fall.
It explodes and we all take 300 damage.
No, you don't leave initiative yet, but all of the currently visible
Like that.
enemies are dead, and that's where we're gonna take a break. So if you are
Currently
watching
visible.
live, please stand up, stretch your legs, go grab a drink, do whatever you can do and do. Because when we take a break, you take your break. And also stay tuned for these cross messages. Figure that out in whatever order you care about. But we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story. Every time.
There's only one dinosaur in the story.
I mean, there's no dinosaurs.
And only if
at
Titania
moment.
chooses to change into it.
Like at the moment, there are none
I
dinosaurs.
got animal shape.
But
Hang on.
There's a nun dinosaur?
none,
Nunsploitation.
none dinosaurs.
Left.
No,
The
no.
one element Ken Russell did not put in the Devils and probably should have.
Zara has just finished. Is there anything else you're doing on your turn, Zara? You just cut down the last of the
There is nothing else for me to kill at this moment.
things. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Except for me.
I mean, fair, but I feel like other characters might get angry at me if I do that. As much as I would like to keep the trend going, we will hold off on that. So no, I am good.
Are you just staying there or moving at all?
Yeah, you know what? This room seems particularly empty.
Looking around,
Let
the
me
room,
see,
the
where
room,
can I
the,
go?
the room that you're in is like sort of a waiting room. It looks like, it's sort of a, it's one of those areas where people would be brought to like sit and wait before being brought before, presumably the commander of the post or whatever. It's like a very like sitting like almost formal room, but not really.
So once we're
Sure,
done
I'll move
fighting,
up
we can
here.
hear the waiting music of da 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 da.
I will move up there.
All right. Skuz.
For some reason, for like a while there, my Zoom wasn't letting me mute. It's like, no, you're gonna speak all of your weird brain things. Skuz. No, you guys don't want to hear some of the dumb things that are in my brain. Just anyway,
Oh yes,
no.
yes.
Where am I going?
I don't know. Where are you going?
I guess Skuz would go in here.
We should all separate and go into different rooms.
What you find in there, Skuz, is a training hall. There are several like sort of striking dummies in their weapons, like sort of old rusted weapons mounted on walls or held in racks that look like they're probably like they're well made, but they're definitely well beyond their time as far as having been kept up is concerned.
Okay. Skuz is going to make his way, so 5, 10, 15, 20,
Downtown?
25, 30. Yup. 30. He's sneaking. He's being a sneaky boy. Very sneaky.
Absolutely, yeah.
Where all the lights are bright.
My spouse is trying to murder themselves. Don't mind them in the background. No, you're fine, baby. Is there anything down here?
Just more training rooms as far as you can tell.
Okay. And then, as a bonus action, he's going to dash back.
All right.
It's a training room. He's like, sneak, sneak, sneak. Nothing here. Slap, 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 slap. Grandma, there's nothing in there. We lost Craig.
Good timer.
If the trend holds, he'll be right back.
Grumman, you okay? Grumman looking off into space just has the like loading symbol above his forehead. Dad, not you too.
So 6 dots, just like.
All right. So, at initiative 20,
Piss.
let's just say I'm very glad Zara moved.
Oh, it's because we're fucking lined up, isn't it?
At
It
initiative
has
20,
to be.
the
It has to be.
the wall in the far corner of both the waiting room and the training room fold down as from both sides simultaneously.
Should never take the bait of, are you going to move?
Well, no, you're safe now. two large, what are now vaguely familiar to the one that's been destroyed in the hallway, amalgamations of gilded blades and weaponry roll out of secret alcoves, and immediately, on their simultaneous turn of 20, just ram towards the center, aiming to meet basically where that statue was. So everyone except Vespia, Ithram, and Zara need to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh,
I'd like
this
to
is
point
gonna
out-
go fucking great.
I would like to point out this is not an Autobot, so it can't roll out.
Watch it.
I don't know. It kind of automatically did this, so
I know.
Wow.
I was
Okay,
making a dumb
fine.
joke.
William, are you gonna roll for
I did. They're about the same.
Christ?
Shit.
Shit. Do I want to make
An opportunity
the
attack.
save? Do I want to spend my
Yeah,
last lucky
Ithram and,
point?
Ithram and Vespia both will get an attack of opportunity as it just sweeps past.
So
Piss.
my question is, did it just fucking destroy this piece of wall here?
Oh yeah, just rammed through it.
Okay.
That's good.
Could you take that bit out because it's blocking
Oh,
my
yeah.
vision? There we
Yeah.
go.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh, hey, there's Gent. Oh,
There he is.
I can't take this part out though because it's
That's
on
fine.
the other
Yeah,
side
no,
because
for
it's part
sure.
of a larger wall. Unfortunately,
Why are we making a con save?
because
It's a con save.
You're making a con save against the crushing damage that hit you because it moved too fast to dodge out of the way, which is why
You say
people
that,
move.
but I'm a rogue.
Yeah.
Have you met me?
Yeah. This is less Indiana Jones Boulder and more two cars getting into a wreck on a highway and you're in the middle.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
So, yeah. I'm just gonna booming blade it as it goes by.
Nice.
So 21 to hit it.
Hang on. Uh, 21 hits, yeah.
Okay, so it takes 10 points of force damage from the mage blade, and then
I
another
have a
33 points of thunder damage because
Nice.
it kept
Tanya?
moving.
When does damage happen? Is it as it's rolling past, or when
As it rolls
because
over
I'm probably
you, yes.
going to go unconscious.
As it's rolling over you, yes.
Okay, never
Can we
mind.
get that? Can we get those damage numbers so people can?
No, I'm waiting to see what all the Constitution saves are. Hang on. 7.
You have
7,
everybody but
9.
Grumman.
Yeah, we need Grumman
I'm
to make
back.
a save.
Hold
Oh,
on.
Yep,
Grumman,
con
make Constitution
save.
saving throw as you got
Rolling
into a wreck.
Balls of swords.
You got
ran over you.
Indiana Jones.
18, did it work?
Indiana
Yeah.
Jones at high speeds. Yeah, an 18 works. So everyone that got 15 or higher succeeds and takes half damage.
Okay. Evasion, or were we surprised?
No, it's a con save. It's not a dexterity save.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah.
Oh, that
to-
makes those double 14s even more annoying.
to make that
Yeah.
to reiterate the description for Grumman who wasn't here, it's less an Indiana Jones boulder roll and more a highway crash that you're in the middle of.
Okay.
There's no
Two of
feasible
the
way to
spiky fun
dodge
balls
out of the way.
just slammed into us.
Yep, just into each other, through you.
All right. I am taking damage for the first time in this dungeon. How much do I take?
All right, hang on.
Flag, why don't you?
You're only taking half. You're only taking half, which is great for you. Love that for you. Scuzz becomes a butter splatter between these
No.
two boulders.
Okay, so it's only 18 points of slashing damage, and
Okay.
slash bludgeoning damage.
I'm still up.
You're
I
still
would like
standing.
to- I would like to make my
Technically.
Oh,
Anyone
yeah.
that
Gent hits that thing with a reactive blast.
That is
yeah.
hilariously, I'm still at full hit points. I had exactly 9 temp hit points.
You're welcome.
John, you said I had an attack against it.
Attack opportunity,
Attack of
if you'd like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I believe Valdeth does as well.
14 slashing, 10 necrotic if this thing takes it.
Does a 19 hit it?
Yeah, Valdeth would and Titania would as well. Yes, a 19 hits.
I assume I don't because I'm under it.
Yeah, you're still under it.
Right. She's doing Hardlight Gauntlet.
Do you have Warcaster to do a spell as a reaction?
Me?
Yeah.
Lose?
I think so. Hold on.
There you go.
Holy shit, nice.
Get
Fourth level reactive
Fucking
blast.
wrecked. Get wrecked.
Yes. Oh, sorry, fifth level is the highest one.
In fairness,
No, I do not. I thought I did.
can you use? I legitimately don't know the answers. Can you use a ranged weapon in an opportunity attack?
Reactive blast is its own thing. It's a reaction to taking damage. Hit the thing.
Yeah, it's a spell. It's a spell from the class.
Okay.
He's casting a spell.
I'll use my whip. Does
I
a
feel like
16 hit it?
A 16 misses.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Ignore the piercing damage because that's just the gun damage built into it.
40.
So with the critical damage on the reactive blast, that is 16 piercing damage from the regular shot, and then 23 plus 12 is 35 plus 35 plus 27.
It's 52.
Yeah. And 52 thunder damage.
Ow.
And then it's pushed 15 feet directly away from him, I believe.
Which is into the other one so it doesn't move.
Yeah. Sorry, in any direction away from you.
Me and Gent did reactive thunder damage to it, so now we're thunder buddies.
I'm going to say, away from you is not through your space and on the other side.
I mean, yeah,
There's no
presumably.
way for it to be pushed. Yeah. There's a wall and another thing.
I mean, since it technically crushed him, he could push it straight in the air.
True, it could go straight up and then
lands on
fall
him
back
again.
down. Yeah, that's true. We could go with that if we wanted. I'll leave that up to Gent.
It's not that dumb.
However, as it goes, so it took a lot of damage. As it goes by, everyone also takes an additional amount of slashing damage from the whirling blades.
Oh.
Including us?
Yeah, everyone that's within 5 feet of them at any
Okay.
point in time.
Okay, now you're unconscious.
Takes
Yeah.
8 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Magical?
Yes, it's considered magical. Sorry, it's not a spell. It's considered magical weapon as far as like for damage reduction.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not like
what I was.
Yeah. Sorry, to be clear, they're considered magical weapons. It's not considered like magic. It's all the arms that have swords that are sticking out of it are just swinging wildly as it goes. So they collide together, crushing, and then they are both going to unleash shrapnel blasts because you're all in a lovely cone.
Oh no.
So this one's going to originate a shrapnel blast on the side of it that Scuzz is on, aiming towards the rest of you. So
But
everyone
what if I'm
needs to make-
underneath it already?
It doesn't care.
Question: is shrapnel blast a cone?
Yes.
'Cause
30
there
foot
is
cone.
no
Hard is it
cone
goes.
that it can make that'll hit both Scuzz and Gummin because of how they're positioned on it.
Unless it's originating from its center.
Even originating from the center, there's no cone you can draw that'll hit both of them because it has to actually widen.
Yeah, so it's going to start on Scuzz, so it will miss Grummond.
It's okay, Dad.
So I need everyone except Grummond to make dexterity saving throws. Hang on, 30-foot cone. It might not reach Titania. Starting from there. It just doesn't reach Titania.
Oh, good.
Again, Scuzz is just underneath this thing and it shoots it out. And Scuzz is like,
Oh, sorry. If they're crossing up, then yes, then he can hit both of them. I was thinking that each one was firing at its own group rather than crossing up on each other.
No,
Yeah.
it's going this way.
Okay, so if the one on Ghent is firing at Grummond and Skuz, then it can hit both of them. Yes, although
You know,
I think
these
it would also
wild
hit its
flames.
friend.
They don't damage each other with this ability.
Huh. That checks out, though. Why would you hurt your buddy?
They have.
They're made of knives already.
Yeah, they're already made of knives. So this one will hit Titania, but it won't hit Scuzz.
Oh, okay. They're both firing in the same direction.
Yeah, they're both firing in the same direction. Where the most of you are.
I mean,
So we
that
have
is
to make
fair.
2.
That's good. That means it's
Yeah,
not
so-
2 failed death saves.
I've been
Grummond,
there going, all I know is pain.
Grummond makes none. Scuzz makes 1. Everyone else makes 2, except for Tanya, who just fails 1.
Yep.
Can
Are
we
these dex
use
saves?
the ceremony
Yes.
spell to formally adopt Scuzz?
Yeah,
To
Yeah.
do an adoption?
yeah.
Yeah.
You can do an adoption with the ceremony spell.
14
Why not?
from Valdeth,
This is not the first time I've been adopted this way.
21 from Ghent.
10 and a 20.
Get would need to take 2. Or you already
Yeah.
did 1 for Get. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Valdeth. I need to make 2 for both of them. 27 from Ghent, so Ghent's good on both, and 19 from Valdeth.
All right. So if you rolled a 15 or higher, you succeeded.
Okay, so I take none from one of them and half from one, and Ghent succeeds both.
Ithram, I need a second dexterity save from you.
Oh no, I got a 5 and a 12.
Oh, okay. Cool. I missed the first one. Got it.
Were we supposed to do 2? Because
Yeah.
I only
Yes.
did 1.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Some were supposed
Okay.
to do 1, but
15.
Yeah, Scuzz was supposed to do 1, and Titania didn't do any, but failed 1, and Grummond did none. All right, so the first round, so your first save, 15 or higher succeeds for half damage, 15 or lower, or 14 or lower fails. The first one is 16 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
8.
The second one, same thing, is 20 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I take none.
So basically, these two massive balls of steel and blade and sharpness just highway speed collide into each other, and there's just a rain of shrapnel in response that just sort of peppers the lot of you.
Scuzz
fine.
flosses his way through the shrapnel and takes no damage.
Wait.
I love that.
Oh no.
Oh, you got to show me
Oh
that one.
no.
What happened?
Does anybody? I mean, we can try unskilled if that's the case for us, but does anybody have an herbalism or med kit of some kind?
Titania has an herbalism kit. On her.
Just gotta get it off her. Yeah.
Because we can't just heal someone up.
Yeah, so Titania's at 0 with 1 failed death save, and magical healing does nothing. Both Gearkeeper constructs have taken their turn. Grummond!
I run to Titania. Yeah, I can do a medicine check on my turn, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you will pro attacks opportunity.
Nope. Fuck them. Bonus attack, tipsy, whatever.
Well, no, required that you have to actually attack them with that, and you can't do that if you don't take the attack
No, I
action.
have the
Like you have to actually attack them with your flurry of blows for tipsy sweat.
no. I have a different thing that I can do.
Do you have
Oh my
disengage as a bonus action?
Yeah. Let me make sure.
Yeah, make sure.
I know it would be
That's
shocking, but I
step
have
of
been
the
wrong
wind.
before.
Step of the wind.
Yes, Step of the
ability.
Wind can let you disengage as a bonus action for 1
So
key.
you pay a key point and disengage as a bonus action. Do you have a key point to pay?
You wouldn't even have to. No, they're not a rogue. Never mind. Sorry, I completely forget that. Never mind.
We lost Craig again. He's frozen.
Oh no.
Bummer.
Oh shit.
Curses. Quick, someone look at monks.
Oh.
Yes, we know that he can.
Well,
it's
We know
Step
that
of the
he
Wind.
can. We just don't know if he has a key point.
Yeah, the question is, does he have a
Someone
key
look at
point?
his sheet.
Looking at a
That's
sheet
true.
right
He
now.
uses
We can actually
he
look at
uses
his sheet.
he uses D&D Beyond. So
I'm looking at it
Oh.
right now.
That's not helpful.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, he has.
Don't worry,
he
guys.
doesn't
I have
use-
I have
He doesn't
advantage
use
on
his
death
D&D
saves.
Beyond sheet. unless his roll 20 sheet is showing up for you.
I mean, I've got his.
Don't worry,
roll
I have
20.
advantage on death saves. It's gonna be fine.
Really?
He uses his D&D
like the
Beyond
temp
sheet. He doesn't
fate.
use his roll 20 sheet.
Oh, he does use his D&D Beyond.
And
Yeah.
I just checked it, and he has key points.
How many left?
15 out of 19.
Because he's been using them.
That
so,
seems
That's accurate.
unlikely.
That's accurate.
Well,
He hasn't been using any stunning strikes. He's only used flurry of blows a couple of times.
he's used Stunning Strike once, and he used Flurry of Blows to do the 7-person punch thing.
Yeah,
In
which
fairness,
is
I
one
think we
each.
should wait until he gets back because he also doesn't show any damage.
Yeah.
And we
He
know
just took his first damage, like literally just now.
Yeah, he had. This is.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
He said he'd only burned through the temp HP that I had given him.
Also,
absolutely fair. That's
I
what I'm
could-
saying, though. He said he took damage. He hasn't marked it down yet, so we don't know if he's
fair.
marking
Yes.
stuff down in D&D Beyond or
fair.
recording it somewhere else.
Or if you guys can see his active live sheet and not just his
yeah,
whatever his.
Yeah, sometimes
stats
it doesn't
list
update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Anyway.
So,
Anyway.
well, we'll have to wait for that to see what he does versus things. But while we wait, oh wait, look, he's back.
Oh. Hi.
Craig, do you
key
have
points.
the key points to spend on Step of the Wind?
I'm back.
Yay!
Are you asking if I have key points to spend?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. It
Okay.
only takes one.
Good.
I'm just on my phone. So I'm gonna make a medicine check. It is. What is my medicine skill? Can anyone see?
Your
Intelligence?
medicine skill is plus
Wisdom.
5.
Wisdom.
Yeah, I don't have my sheet. Is my
Plus
point. So it's a
5.
5. Okay.
Plus 5.
I'm gonna. Can I just physically roll
Yeah.
and film it?
Yeah, roll. You don't even have to film it. I trust you.
13.
How did I accidentally mark someone as
The stabilization
blinded?
DC is usually 10.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
That's an 8 on the dice.
you have
That's
stabilized
fucking
Titania.
weird because I can't undo it, so I don't know how I did it.
Thank you.
What the
hang in
actual fuck?
Hang in there. And do we know? Do the rest of us know that you can't be healed by magical means?
No one's tried to heal them yet, so Tanya's the healer.
Okay. But it would take me another action to use a healing
Yeah.
potion anyway, right?
Unless you had
Okay.
unless you have healing word or something prepared, you could bonus action that. You've already used your bonus action, so
I
yeah.
do, but I already used my bonus
Yeah.
action.
So you've stabilized her at the moment.
You know what though? I think that's fair. I think I would have done that first, and then it didn't move, and then I would have used medicine. So take the attacks of opportunity against me.
Okay. Well,
I
so
think
in that case, actually, we're gonna have to pause that. We're gonna have to pause that medicine check because depending on what happens with attacks of opportunity, you might not be able to get to Titania.
Then can I pretend I'm not as fair as I was being and just say it happened the way it did?
Yes, you can.
I would justify it like this. I think Grummond is not used to having cleric powers yet, and he also realizes he's of no use if he doesn't get there and gets ripped up in the process. So
Fair.
Okay.
I don't require justification, but you're happy to provide one.
I do. For myself.
Greg, I don't know how, but I marked your character as blinded in D&D Beyond, and it
That's
won't
fair.
let me unmark it.
Wait, how did you do it in D&D Beyond?
That's what I don't know. So in a campaign, you can view other character sheets, but I did. It won't let me affect anything else. But somehow I managed to switch the blinded toggle on.
Grummond to stabilize Titania.
Yes.
Yep.
It's against her.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Gent is going to reload as a bonus action and teleport
The
30
weirdest
feet
fucking thing.
and get the hell out of that way. Yeah, he's going all the way over here.
I don't have any healing potions.
Yeah. So the trigger, the trigger for that was a turn after both rooms have, or like the 20th the 20th turn initiative after both rooms have been moved into.
And then he is going to. Yeah, he's gonna fire a bite bullet. And he's gonna use one of his slots of focus fire. So this attack is going to be made normally, but the ball is going to have disadvantage on the saving throw. 16 to hit.
16 misses.
Ah, damn it.
Ping! It hits it pings off one of the whirling swords and strikes a wall and.
Oh, that's his bite bullet going.
Hang on one second. Let me check and make sure.
While we were paused, I don't think I've actually said it on screen. I'm in the middle of a really bad thunderstorm, so I apologize to viewers that I'm disappearing and coming back, and that my quality is shittier because I'm on my phone now.
You're doing a great job, Craig. Thank you for being a trooper.
Par for the course.
Yep.
For where I live, unfortunately, but hey. We have like a series of basically extension cords and duct tape running electricity and internet to our house.
Okay, I'm back.
The corner of the house that I'm at, I get the absolute worst extension of the Wi-Fi internet right now.
And then Gent is going to.
Also
duck
to
around the
Tanya,
corner and take cover.
your aura's gone, I believe.
No, it doesn't say. So that's my like range of effect of my Reaper spirit. And it doesn't say it goes away when I go unconscious. I don't think. Summon Reaper. Rises from your shadow. Blah blah blah.
Okay, sorry. Until you die.
Manifest for 1 hour until you use this feature again to dismiss, or until you die.
Yeah,
I'm not dead.
That should say until you go unconscious. That's
Well, fine.
It doesn't though.
It doesn't.
Yes, but I created the subclass.
Fine.
This is like one of those like mansplaining moments. I've just tried to mansplain to the person who originated the thing.
But that's Gent's turn.
All right. So the 16 missed. So yeah.
Yeah.
Titania, you do not need to make a death save because you're currently stable.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if you have any of those abilities that do things while you're unconscious or not.
I mean, I had ones that let me have advantage on death saves and stuff, but you nixed that, you monster.
And by you mean Grummond.
Wait, what?
Oh.
No, you're the one who said that she wouldn't get the advantage on death saves.
Yes.
The aura, right?
Yeah.
That was the big thing that having that persist while unconscious did was gave her advantage on death saves.
Yeah.
Yep.
And no critical hits while incapacitated. So in that case, I would have had 2.
Also, to be clear, it doesn't actually affect you. That affects all allies within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
Not
all right,
you.
fair.
That never affected you.
Can I have it back then?
No. Sure,
Damn it.
It's while they're incapacitated.
Do you not count as your own ally?
Allies does not include you. Allies is other people who are allied to you.
Yeah.
If we get to Tanya counseling, can we change that?
It's great to be your own ally, but mechanically it does nothing.
As is often said, an ally is bestowed by others, not yourself.
That's the least successful TED talk. It's great to be your own ally, but mechanically it does nothing.
All right, so it is Valdeth's turn.
Yes. Yeah, fuck this thing. I step up focus, get 5 sen, spend all 5 of that sen for another
Oh,
Midori Setsugeka.
sorry,
You're a
Grumman. You
married
do
We're in
take,
life and death combat right now, but maybe later.
Grumman, you do take another point. You take another 3 points of slashing damage for being in starting your turn next to one of them.
Oh yeah, okay. You said 3 points.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The nicks get worse.
I'm down to 224, guys.
I hate you.
No, this thing is taking 5 attacks now.
Go ahead.
28.
Why is it taking 5?
Because I'm spending 5 sen for another Midori Setsugeka.
How do you have 5 sen?
Because every time I use my bonus action, I gain a sen, or if I already have sen, I double my current sen and then gain a sen. I started with 2.
Jesus.
Right.
I
okay,
gained 2 and then go to 5.
That's what I was missing because I knew you had spent 5 earlier, and I didn't know where the yeah.
I am now at 0 sen, so it's going to be a lot slower getting back up. But
28 hits for 16 and 5.
for 21 damage, for 19 damage, for 18 damage, for 23 damage.
Now it's dead.
Cool. And I will step 10, 15,
wrong layer.
and make the last one at him. Which technically would be flanking with Scuzz. So let me roll again and see if I'm crit. I am not crit. Okay. For 19 damage, and I am going to pull the trigger on a Gunblade Shell. 8 more damage.
All right. Vespia. Princess Vespa, daughter of Roland, king of the druids.
Right.
No one watches Spaceballs.
I am very aware of Spaceballs. I'm just
I-
doing what you do and completely no-sell the joke.
Fair.
I was going to cast a thing. Yeah, okay. I'm going to cast Hard
So
Light
Spaceballs is
Gauntlet.
literally my favorite Melbourne
If I
movie. How dare you?
actually hit. I'm guessing 13 does not hit this
13 misses.
Oh.
thing. Okay.
Also, that's a melee attack. You have to get into melee with it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was not the one I thought it was, but I didn't hit anyway.
Yeah, you're way over here. You need to be over there.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming you move into melee.
Yes, but I did not hit it.
Yeah, and
You
you
get
get 3 attacks for that
attacks.
spell.
Oh, I get 3 attacks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well then.
Try again.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
A 23 hits.
23. Awesome. Okay, and I am casting this at level 5.
Yep. I can't wait until I get
Oh, at level
to
5,
cast,
then you get
I get
a
5
4th
attacks.
attack. No, spell slots, you make
yes.
1 more attack, so 4 attacks.
Yeah, 4 attacks, yeah.
You get 2 more.
I can't wait to be able to cast Hard Light Gauntlet from Coltarn's prosthetic arm in Stardust. Because that's just going to be really cool.
Should I roll all of these together? Or
Yeah,
each
go ahead
one
and
at
just
a time?
roll the additional attacks.
Okay.
So 2 more attacks.
Hold on.
It'll
Well, I mean,
determine
should I
that'll
roll
determine
all
how
of-
much? Yeah, it'll determine how much damage you do in total. So
Okay. All
You're not gonna
hold
kill
on.
it.
I'm-
Oh dear.
So I'm
Unless
rolling
she crits.
10 d12s then?
Well, you need
Well,
to
you have
roll.
to hit, you have to
roll
hit
2
the,
more
the 2 more attacks.
It's
I have
it's
to-
it's
I'm
for
sorry, I have to
attacks.
what?
It's not for like instances
Okay,
of damage.
gotcha.
Yeah. So
27.
alright, 3rd attack hits. So that's 2 hits. So 1 more attack.
1 more.
22.
3 hits. So 3
Okay.
of your 4 attacks
That's
hit.
3,
so
4, 5. That's 6d12.
Gotcha.
Fucking get it.
6,
Yeah.
2.
It's 60 12?
1, 2, and 3. For 3
Yeah,
hits.
because it increases. It
On
increases.
the first hit, the
Yeah.
second hit, the third hit.
It increases
Okay,
the amount of
I
dice you-
gotcha.
every time you
That
hit.
is certainly a spell.
It's real good.
55 damage.
Nice.
Fucking get it.
Well done.
Look at those high numbers. Except for the 5, but it's okay. Everything, it's good. Good shit.
All right.
Boom.
Ithram.
Question: is there any visible indication that we're cursed?
You don't.
Other than that, I generally feel bad,
Yeah, there's no visible indication. It's just that you feel bad.
so I don't know that Titania's cursed.
Correct. Or that Vespia is cursed. Until someone tries to heal you.
Okay. Grumman did stabilize her, so then yeah, I'm going to.
I feel like we're all of a mind that this requires a long rest, considering how many of us have lost max hit points and been cursed.
I think it's interesting to assume we're going to get a long rest.
I think it's interesting to assume that you're going to take a long rest.
Yeah, since this wall's busted, he's gonna stand there and
The opposing wall is also busted. I just can't delete it without deleting the walls in the entire
Yeah.
building.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna use my free lightning bolt, so it needs to make a DC 19 dex save.
It is going to willingly fail.
Uh-oh.
Roll your damage.
No, the little ones got hit with lightning. Okay.
Yeah, the little ones got hit with lightning and it had
Yep.
resistance to it.
Yep. All right. I clicked on it. Where'd it go? Oh, so free 3rd level, 34 points of lightning.
The lightning strikes it, and you watch as rather than blasting it apart, bits and pieces of that have been damaged sort of bend back into place.
Wonderful. This is exactly what he was afraid of.
Grumman just shouts back, "Don't heal them, heal the others."
Yeah, these have so far been defeated purely by force and physical damage, so you hadn't actually revealed that it gets healed by lightning until just now.
All right.
That's what we call an oopsie whoopsie.
So that was 5 feet of movement. 10, 15, 20. And I'm gonna hang back by this corner to keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye on it or keep an eye on Gent?
Column A, column B, a little bit. But yeah, that's me.
Zara, you don't start within 5 feet of one of them because it's already dead, so you're good.
That's okay. You can murder me soon. Because Zara is done with this shit and is going to walk up to it. Yes, I am aware how many hit points I have and how close I'm getting.
Jesus. We do this on purpose.
I do not. I just want to be able to do something more than I attack twice. Okay, my turn's over. 2 hours later. So I am, granted, I'm still doing the same thing. It's just coming with something special. I am attacking once and I'm throwing, you know what? Let's just do Banishing Smite. Am I flanking with anyone? No.
Yeah, Scuzz.
No,
Yeah.
Scuzz is underneath,
Scuzz is underneath
not
it.
on the other side.
But I'm
Well, I'm
sorry.
You draw a line through it entirely to reach Scuzz. Like,
Yeah, but it's under. I've rolled this way before. It's under because Scuzz is underneath it. Scuzz isn't posing enough of a threat to distract it to give the advantage.
Yeah,
Because Scuzz is under it.
that is legit.
Because you can get advantage.
I'm
judging.
I'm gonna use one of my like.
I have been
inspirations
consistent
I have
in that
or something
ruling.
Like that. Yes,
No,
you
it's
have.
fine. But also, judge.
One of my 2 inspirations I have. Because
All right.
Fuck that. 30.
30 hits.
So that is 17 slashing, 5 radiant, and banishing smite. 5d10. $31 force damage.
and if it's under 50, it gets banished.
And if it has gone under 50 hit points, it is banished to another plane.
It is not under 50 hit points.
All right.
It would have been if it hadn't eaten that lightning bolt.
Thanks, Ithram.
Fuck. Hey, you almost
No,
negated
kid, you
it.
still got those matching pants.
And a
No, he
26
doesn't.
to hit.
26 hits.
No, you've taken
For
everything from me, Ithram.
15 damage. Now is it under 50 hit points?
Now it's under 50 hit points.
Of course it is. I knew I should have waited. It's fine.
All right, that just gives Scuzz the opportunity to kill it.
I would argue that Ithram's outfit is even more matched than ever before.
Scuzz.
I'm ready. This time he realizes his goof and he's like, a regular dagger? We don't need this. And he pulls out his star metal rapier that he hasn't used for 2 years. It's covered in cobwebs.
Do it.
It's on the mini that I made for you.
It is on the mini, but he's putting that on his offhand. He can't use the rapier on his offhand.
Yeah, you
he?
can. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
you can? Okay. So yeah, it's versatile. Yeah. So he pulls out. Yeah. So he swipes first with bookmark, and then second with bonus action swipe with the still metal rapier.
Yes, you can definitely use the rapier in your offhand, as the Princess Bride showed us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
I
not
have you
left-handed.
know, I am not left-handed. I'd rather defeat you than I would shatter a stained glass window, but since I can't have you following me, smack, eat this butter.
25 hits.
Why is Miracle Max doing the fencing scene?
Scuzz doesn't know this, and again,
Because that improves the movie.
I was doing quotes when I rolled this, and so I'm sorry, John. I would like to do my green flame blade on this, please and thank you,
Sure,
if I
go ahead.
can.
Yeah.
Sorry. So
I just need to know what Scuzz's like war cry is when he does green flame blade.
burn, baby, burn. So, yep.
This knife is on fire.
Fire! And this is also me checking to see if this thing will heal from the fire damage, which if it does, whoopsie
You
doopsie.
just roll the attack again instead of damage.
Fucking god. It's hold on.
Click on the weapon name.
15 points of fire damage from green flame blade.
And then click on the word bookmark in the chat there.
Yes.
There you go.
That is for the piercing and sneak attack. That will happen because I'm flanking.
Well, that's over 50.
Oh yeah, no, it died. It died with the.
Hey!
So
this thing is on fire!
as the combat finally ends, how do you kill it, guys?
Actually, I don't think he says that. I think he says, "Baby, you're a firework," and then just shoots green flame blade into it. as it explodes. Because I imagine it's going to explode and do some stupid shrapnel damage, which is fine. But also, I just want that image of just this goblin standing
No, these
up.
don't. These do shrapnel damage when they collide with each other, not when they die. When they die, they just collapse.
Okay.
Good.
There's still a green,
Oh, yeah.
flamey
So you just
explosions.
so yeah, using the bookmark and singing the whole time, you basically like a dwarven miner your way through it up to the top. You just ching 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 ching, and it's just an explosion of green flame, and then Ska's like power stancing on top of it as it collapses.
And he's up there. He's just like, I did it, Dad. Dad.
Good work. Fine work, my boy.
And you are out of initiative, finally.
Yay.
Thumb.
All right, everyone.
All right.
We need to take time to 10 wounds. That was bad.
Titania's down. I think I've got her stabilized, but she's not waking up. I'm gonna try now that
Well,
we're out.
I
I'm
think
gonna
Dakota was doing something real quick.
My bad.
He was gonna just try to heal himself while he was walking over, and then try to heal her as
So
well.
you what do you cast Cure Wounds on yourself?
Yeah, I get a free first level one.
So nothing happens.
Shit.
Yeah,
and then he'll walk up. But Grumman can do whatever he's doing while Ithrin's walking over.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine simultaneously that Grumman is casting Healing Word.
Yeah, so you cast Healing Word. Nothing happens.
Well, it's not working. I don't think I'm doing it right.
No, it's not working on myself either.
The thing that statue did not look pleasant.
No. I'll cast Detect Magic. Can I see, is there like an aura of a curse on us?
Make an Arcana check.
Those that are affected?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Okay.
I will also Arcana check.
Do I get advantage since I have magic vision right now?
Having magic vision is required to make the Arcana check for this one in
Okay.
particular.
All right. 22.
So yeah, because you can see the magical auras around people, like you're having a little bit of difficulty because you're having to siphon through the magical auras of all the shit you're all carrying.
Items, yeah.
But yeah, as you're sort of like looking like at yourself and Titania, who you know the healing magic is working on, you do see there is like a small thread of this sort of purplish, like it looks almost like a spider web, just like embedding itself throughout the aura of both yourself and Titania. And as you sort of look around, you see it's also on Vespia.
Vespia's just walked over beside him.
So, because of my gauntlets, I got to cast the detect magic through the gauntlets instead with my spell slot. So, let's note down the charge. And I can tell that it's like a curse-like effect.
Well, you can assume it's a curse effect. You can't, strictly speaking, tell what it is. It just looks weird.
Okay. I'll reach down.
Curse is not a school.
Curse is a very broad term.
Yeah, curse is not a school of magic, unfortunately.
Well, it would be necromancy because bestow curse is necromancy.
The curses that come from bestow curse are necromancy. Yes. This is not one of those.
What school is this?
It doesn't have a school association.
Okay.
But like cursing is a very broad school of magic, and it's easy to assume lingering magical effect that does something bad can be usually considered a curse.
And I knew we were going into an old place that had dangerous shit, so I already had remove curse prepared.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna reach down and cast it on Titania.
As you cast it on Titania, you see
that's another 3 charges gone.
You see the purple weave sort of just peel itself out of her aura.
Grumman, can you try now?
I don't think I've got anything else. Here, let's try this. I'll give a healing potion.
Yeah, you pour a healing potion down Titania's throat. Roll dice for that healing.
33 points.
Woo!
Yeah.
33 points. Yeah,
Good.
Mara, you come back to life with 33 points of health.
Ah,
Can you hear me? Are you all right?
hi? Yeah?
Tanya,
Whoa.
when you were while you were unconscious,
Yes.
you had this odd sort of out of body experience.
Okay.
You felt yourself floating above your unconscious form.
Huh.
And you don't have a whole lot of memory, but you recall seeing other people that were similarly floating above the destroyed forms of these constructs that had this sort of purplish tether latching them to the construct bodies. Even though the bodies were dismantled and destroyed, they were still attached to the pieces. And then
They're powered by
woke up.
souls. The machines.
Right. So since I still have detect magic up, do I still see tethers like what Titania had?
No, you
I
don't
see
see
those little-
you don't see the auras. No.
Can I see that with True Sight, or actually I can duck into the ethereal plane as an action?
No, you don't see it.
If I-
It's not part of the ethereal plane. As far as you can tell, it's part of that nebulous, like, between realm that death exists in.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't seem like it's in the ethereal realm.
I will walk over and remove Curse Vespia and myself.
While they're doing that, at that mention, I will see if I can use Whispers of the Kami to speak with the spirits of this that are bound to this armor.
What are you asking?
Speak with dead. I mean, does it take effect? Is the question I should ask.
Oh,
It's like, hello, is this thing on?
you're using the speak with dead effect. Go ahead and put speak with dead just as a description in chat for me.
And just for a quick description, Ithram's remove curse is definitely like if you shuffle your feet on shag carpet and then shock.
Nikki.
Nice.
If there are souls tethered to these constructs, Skuzz's like soul binding coin token thingy, every time a creature dies in front of you, 30 feet in front of you, you can snatch the soul for a token. Would that count in this case?
Is it creature? What's the description?
I will-
specifically?
I'll double check.
Technically, these weren't undead; they were constructs.
Yeah. They're not undead.
But if it's creature, that's like everything, right?
They are not corpses because you've dismantled most of them. Like you like pick up like one of the helmets and like cast it.
As a reaction, when a creature you see dies within 30 feet of you.
Cool.
Creature.
Yeah, creature. So yeah, you could refill it. But you could do that on any construct technically then. Because constructs are creatures.
Okay, then yeah, and this guy's like, there was souls inside of these dudes. Would he know that? Would he know that? Would he know that?
I don't know.
Again, all up to you, GM. But like,
I don't know. I don't think it wouldn't seem any different from normal constructs that you've fought before and have been able to pull that out from. So, I don't know that you would have been able to put that together necessarily.
Scuzz, hold on. Let me roll something stupid for Scuzz.
Yeah. So Valdeth, what I'll say is, you're not able to animate the
Nope.
you're not able to animate the constructs, but you do feel the spell try to attach to something. Like there's it's almost like it's just an incompatibility more than anything else. Like the spell would work if they were in a different form.
Fucking iOS.
Lingering spirits here.
These are obviously Android.
That's very good.
I wish I could do something to cut them loose.
Do you think they'll reform in time? I mean, do we Obviously, it's commendable to want to give them rest, but from a more practical standpoint, do we have to worry about them pulling themselves back together and coming after us while we're trying to catch a breather?
So as it, Grumman is
Raise
asking that.
dead.
Oh, go ahead, Titania.
You're casting Raise Dead?
No, I say I can
Oh.
cast Raise Dead.
Scuzz would raise his hands and like, I collected tokens from them. John, does that have anything? Does that do anything for the souls that were attached to the constructs that Ithram saw earlier?
Or Titania saw.
Oh, that's right. Titania saw that. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Titania wasn't like, there were none that were missing from what Titania was looking at.
Okay.
Like compared to like the number of coins you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who wants to can make a religion or an arcana check.
I would like to, yes.
Yeah.
I have Arcana. Look at
You don't have to be
him.
trained, or just if you want to.
I'm not gonna roll. I don't know
5.
what. Unless it has something to do with Marduk.
It definitely does
I'll
not.
say
have to do with
5.
Marduk.
Yeah.
Valdeth with a 12. You've never heard of soul-powered machinery before? If you had, you imagine it would be probably a province of the Hells.
Yeah, Fiendish tech.
Which doesn't... You don't have a deep understanding of inevitables, but it doesn't seem to jive with the what you were told about them. Tanya with a 2, nothing.
Yep.
Everyone else made Arcana checks. So everyone else. A soul-powered golem is a possibility. The soul has power, just like anything else. But typically, that would be like in the form of like a battery or an energy source or something like distinct. Like, you know, you would have a crystal that was powered by souls. Looking at these entities, there doesn't seem to be any... they, for lack of a better term, they're fairly homogeneous, like as far as their internal structure is. There's no like battery that you could distinctly separate from the rest of them. There's no like housing for the soul, as it were, which strikes you as odd from an Arcana perspective.
Yeah, especially because Scuzz is looking at his coins that he got, and that's like once, like these literally trap the soul.
Yeah.
In them, which is a whole conversation. If anybody want to ever have a conversation with Scuzz about this, we could do that later. But like, which is why Scuzz is very confused. He's like, but only the soul goes in the coin. So how is it still tethered to that?
So there's like a whole bunch of them. Right on
Yeah.
the-
Oh yeah, and over the amalgamations, Titania, you saw like 30 or 40 different souls. Make a just an intelligence saving throw, Titania.
Oh boy.
Saving
Okay.
throw. Oh no.
I have a good saving throw. It's much
I know,
better.
but still, like intelligence saving throws are never a
Nine.
good
Nine's
thing.
fine. This is to remember something.
Okay.
It suddenly strikes you all of them were dwarves.
It's like the people who were here. The ancient like city or something.
That's a dark fate to befall these people.
Grumman reaches out a hand and puts it on the closest one, and just says in Dwarvish, "I'm sorry we've disturbed you. I hope we might find a way to give you better rest."
The soul, if the souls are attached still, I can do I think if I healed these, it would come back? Or would I have to do a full raise dead?
You don't know.
I think actually what might be better is if you could use that magic destroying scythe of yours to rend these things and let them free.
To be clear, There is no indication that these things will be, if they are freed, will become a threat to us.
No, it's just spirit. They're not here. They're on the other side. They can't come back.
But they're still, as you mentioned, they're still bound to these suits.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is part of your duty as a servant of the Reaper, of the God of Passage, to sever that.
Yeah. I wish we could ask them things. But I don't have.
I
Wait,
tried to speak with them. The suit is the wrong format. They can't reach me through the armor.
We can talk to them.
How?
The coins. I captured some of them while they were going down, and if I crush it and I can like ask a spirit a question, so we can ask them. We can ask them questions if we want to.
Okay. It'd be good to know if any path forward that's easier. That was bad. We aren't going to be able to make it through a whole city of that.
No, we definitely need to find a safe place to rest before we even continue. But
Yes.
for
I'll
now,
finish this.
yeah.
Okay, Titania's gonna take her scythe, and basically I think she's kind of just remembering where she saw these things floating up. She's gonna try and like cut right underneath their feet, basically, to like, I'm imagining them like balloons. She wants to cut the string.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Cut the
Are you just
tether.
doing it with the scythe as it is normally, or are you entering Reaper mode?
No, she's gonna enter Reaper mode.
Okay, so
Yep.
the scythe is engulfed in that dark material, which has a name, which I cannot. What did I? Mortusian steel, I think is what I called it.
Yeah, something like that.
Something.
But yeah, it's coated in this black, massive hooked scythe, and you swing for where you know one of the tethers to be, and it doesn't feel like you hit anything.
Okay.
If they're bound to the armor, try the armor itself.
Yeah, I'll try hitting the armor. Like,
you dig the scythe into the armor. You feel something, but you feel something react, but it doesn't feel like you're cutting anything.
okay.
There's something about the armor, like the bodies, but it's not. It's resisting that ability. Make a religion check. You specifically.
Sure.
With advantage because you're in Reaper form right now.
Yeah. 18.
You're sort of pouring over all the information in your brain as you're trying to figure out why this isn't working. And the only thing that makes sense to you is that they're bound by something more powerful than death. And you suddenly recall the inevitable and what he said. And sort of like the opening bit of that statement comes back to you, which was Concordance 122035, as arbitrated by Collier that what sees the end of days. And there's something about that seems particularly binding to you. And you sort of like had this idea in your brain that something from the plane of law has bound these souls to this armor in a fundamental, like, laws of nature way, rather than just a magical spell or necromancy. They're not souls trapped by the armor. Their nature is bound to the armor. In the same way that grass is bound to the ground and a tree is bound to the earth.
Okay.
And then those can be uprooted.
They can be. You've killed them.
This is part of why this is a place where the
That's a travesty. to these people.
apotheosis is the law that was cited, the like
The eyeball,
Oh.
yeah.
yeah.
That's a travesty to these people.
Well, I mean, do we know that they didn't willingly do this? That sounds really awful.
I would stake my honor on the idea that this was not something they entered into, at least perhaps willingly, but not happily.
It's because we'll hold up a coin like we can ask.
Can
I disagree.
I assume that was in response to what Valden said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I do a reflexive like insight check of what this feels like? Because this feels to me very differently from like the Lich and stuff like that we've run into before.
Yeah, make an insight check.
I just want to get like a vibe check. 30. It's not advantage, but 30.
Yeah, no, this doesn't feel like a Lich like violating the dead. This feels like a contract.
It's a contract.
Like something, whether or not there was like a a willingness or a full knowledge entered into is irrelevant as far as your feeling goes. This is the result of a law, capital L, not like a trick or a not somebody stealing souls and binding them to an armor or anything like that. This is like this is a thing that is fundamental to these beings now. And so in that sort of thing to you, Tanya, is not something you can just do. There has to be like ritualistic intent to it.
Mm-hmm. It was a contract. This is law.
Okay. Scott, go ahead, finish.
I don't know what this means about like how we're going to find, I don't know, the center of this and to find this contract, but this is this is something you're going to want to sign very carefully, basically.
I got 3.
Oh, also, there are people in the wrong spots. Hang on. I just suddenly realized because we're in lots of big good drama.
Can we find
Let's find what we came here for and find a place to rest.
Scott,
can we not rest here?
Let's do that in the reverse order, please.
Yeah.
What we came upstairs for, I mean, like the map.
Aye.
Let's do that in the reverse order. We don't know what's in these other rooms.
So we should at least, before we retire for a rest for a long time, at least take a breather.
I can do some pretty big healing if we want to find the map first.
Scuzz, did you want to crack open a coin?
I don't know how much time we have.
I can open a cold one with the boys.
I think Nikki would rather do that at the start of next week's episode.
Okay.
Yeah. While we're taking a rest.
We're not on any greater time crunch right now than we are as a general whole regarding Ternalian as an individual. Like, this city does not have a time crunch on it as far as we know.
In game, I don't think Scuzz minds. Nikki is looking at the time.
Yeah.
And just thinks that is a something that probably we want to do, like a conversation with one of these spirits, probably at the start of a new session.
It may also make a good cliffhanger.
So let's, at the very least, get some rest and heal up, and continue moving.
Yeah, this doesn't have to be like a long rest. It could be probably like do we want to stay here for like a while or like just like an hour?
I still have a lot of my spells. I didn't use a ton. I just need to heal.
I'm fine with short, but that is me.
Fine with
Everyone
taking a
else?
short breather.
Just a quick one, yeah.
I at least
And
maybe a short rest, and then we could at least find the map, and then have a sense of perhaps how far we've got to go.
Yeah. I got 3 questions we can ask these guys. So during the short rest, Scuzz will crack open one of them.
Okay, so
We take a short rest.
as you also
There's
like,
one thing. There's
but-
one thing from a. This is not Zara speaking because Zara doesn't know the difference. If we don't take a long rest, we don't get our full maximum hit points back.
Yeah,
I'm
there's several of us
just
that have
gonna
lost
point
max
that
hit
out.
points.
But I don't know that we even know that.
I feel like those of us who have been hit know that.
No, I
no,
don't
you
think
don't.
so.
No, you don't know that a long rest is what it'll take. You just know that you're exhausted. Like,
Yeah, I feel like we know that we've lost maximum hit points, I
Yes.
should say.
yeah, you've got like an idea of that, but not like that it'll recover on a long rest.
Yeah.
So, as you're sort of taking a breather and resting and recovering what you have, so go ahead and roll hit dice those of you that want to. Scuzz, you crack open one of these coins and ask it a question. And in response, you get a blaring, static, incoherent sound, which those of you that live in the 21st century will recognize as the sound of binary being translated into audio. And as this like gear grinding sound answers your question that you've no idea what it says, that's where we're going to go ahead and end it for the week. So, say goodbye, everybody.
All right, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.